Hi, this is Lisa Lane Brown from The Courage to Win. The loss you fear already happened to you. Here's a killer secret for staying mentally tough in sport, even after losing. I stumbled upon it after realizing that most athletes and coaches fear losing above all else. In fact, I can relate. At one point in my athletic career, I was so phobic about losing that my friends gave me a custom-made t-shirt as a gag, and it said on the back, "Sometimes you just have to lose." I laughed and wore it around for a while, but I only got the joke years later, when I realized my fear of losing was so extreme it was hurting me mentally. To get over your fear of losing, you need to learn how to handle loss in life. When comedian Alan Alda was little, his dog died, and he was distraught. His dad, trying to shield Alan from the loss, had the dog stuffed. Now Alan was doubly traumatized. His dog was gone, and his dad didn't know how to comfort him. That's when Aldo learned how to deal with loss, by accepting that loss and change are part of life. And he says, you can't hang on to something longer than it's time. Never having your dog stuffed is really advice to myself, a reminder to myself not to avoid change or uncertainty, but to go with it, to surf into change. Well, how about you? Is there a loss in your past you can't seem to get over? If so, you need to realize that loss is part of life. To keep your sports mental game strong, you need to grieve every loss and then move on. This is the reason so many athletes and coaches get too nervous and choke. My friend, the loss you fear has already happened to you in the past, and you think it's going to be the same this time. But I assure you, it's not the case at all. You're different now. You're wiser. You're stronger. You've learned. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. I'm not saying losing is your goal or you should like it or even, quote, accept losing. That's ridiculous. Every athlete and every coach hates to lose. What I'm saying is that losing happens every now and again, and there is no loss you can't handle as long as you're prepared to accept yourself as a person. If you know me, you know I'm big on self-acceptance. It's my top value in life. And I want you to start developing mental toughness in part by developing your ability to accept yourself, warts and all. The next time you lose is the perfect moment. First, let yourself have your disappointment. Weep big crocodile tears if you want and if you can. Then, dry your eyes and get out a sheet of paper. At the top, write the sentence, "If I were 5% more self-accepting today," and come up with at least 5 endings for that sentence. Try for 10 if you can. After a week of doing this every single day, you'll be shocked that your confidence is not bothered by this loss anymore. Try it today.